So once again, welcome back. In the last lecture, we uh, started the discussion on the characteristics of measurement and instrument system, and I told you that depending upon the nature of input quantity, maybe static or maybe dynamic, we can classify the characteristics of instrument into two main domain. First one is static characteristics and second one is the dynamic characteristics. And in your syllabus we are mainly deals with static characteristics, and these are the operating parameters of static characteristics like static error, accuracy, precision, linearity, sensitivity, dead time, dead zone, resolution, scale range and scale span. And we also discussed about the meaning of error, the meaning of static error. Then the static error may be positive or it may be negative depending upon the value of true value, or you can say measured value. And the last topic which we cover is correction factor. So we can say that correction factor and the static error are magnitude wise same, but there is a difference by a negative sign. So if the error is positive, the correction factor is negative, and if the error is negative, correction factor is going to be positive. So in this lecture we are going to discuss one more parameter of static characteristics of an instrument, and that parameter is accuracy. So what is accuracy of given instrument? So I can say that accuracy is nothing but the ability of an instrument to measure a quantity which is very close to its true value. For example, with the help of an instrument we are trying to measure the value of some unknown quantity, and the value of that quantity which we got from an instrument is say AM, which is nothing but the measured value. And suppose the true value of that quantity is indicated by symbol 80, then with the help of accuracy we are trying to define how this AM is close to its corresponding true value. So that closeness we are defining with the help of its accuracy. Now the accuracy of any instrument we can define by two techniques. In first case we are trying to define the accuracy of instrument in terms of its true value, that is 80, and in second case, or you can say in some cases, we can define the accuracy of the instrument in terms of its full scale value, or you can say full scale deflection. So basically we are having two different techniques with the help of which we are in a position to define, or you can say to calculate the accuracy of a given instrument, either in terms of the true value of a given quantity or in terms of full scale deflection of the given instrument. So if the accuracy of instrument is defined with respect to the true value of measuring quantity, then it is also known as limiting error. Limiting error. Whereas if the accuracy of instrument is defined in terms of the full scale value, or you can say full scale deflection of a given instrument, then that accuracy is called as guarantee accuracy error. Guarantee accuracy error, or short form is GAE, and here the short form of limiting error is LE. So what is limiting error? Limiting error is nothing but a sort of accuracy when the accuracy is defined in terms of true value of measuring quantity, whereas guarantee accuracy error is nothing but a type of accuracy in which we are trying to define accuracy of a given instrument in terms of its full scale value or full scale deflection. Now let us discuss limiting error and guarantee accuracy error in detail. Now what is limiting error? First point about limiting error is these errors are defined by the company or you can say the manufacturer of that particular instrument. Second point, with the help of limiting error, we are trying to determine the range of error. What is the range of error? If we use that particular instrument for measurement purpose, what will be the range of error, or what will be the range of reading? We can calculate with the help of limiting error. And sometimes limiting error are also known as tolerance or uncertainty in the measurement. So what is limiting error? Limiting errors are always specified by the company, or you can say the manufacturer of that instrument. Second thing is that limiting error are used to determine the range of error, or you can say the range of reading. And sometimes limiting error are also known as tolerance, or you can say uncertainty in the measurement. Now let us discuss in detail how to calculate the range of error, or you can say the range of reading, if the limiting error of a given instrument is known to us. So for that, let us consider a simple example in which we are trying to calculate the range of error of a given instrument of which limiting error is known to us. So let us consider that we are trying to what we can say calculate the current flowing through a circuit, and the limiting error, or you can say the percentage of limiting error specified by the company or specified by the manufacturer of that emitter is say plus minus 2%. And let us consider that the true value of circuit current, or you can say the actual value of current flowing through the circuit is say 2 ampere. And in this case our objective is to calculate the range of error. How to calculate this range of error, or you can say the range of reading? So let us try to solve this case. So here we can write range of error is nothing but percentage of limiting error multiplied by the true value of unknown quantity. So in this case, percentage of limiting error is plus minus 2% multiplied by the true value of current flowing through the circuit, which is nothing but 2 ampere. So if you solve this, we will get plus minus 4%. So plus minus 4%, or in the scale of per unit, if you remove this percent sign, we can write here as plus minus 0.04 ampere. So plus minus 0.04 ampere or plus minus 4% indicate the range of error. That means if we have used this emitter to measure the value of a circuit current whose true value is 2 ampere, then with the help of this emitter we are getting the range of error in this particular fashion. Now let us try to calculate the range of reading. So we can write here as range of reading is nothing but true value of quantity plus range of error. So in this case, true value of quantity, or true value of, or you can say actual value of current flowing through the circuit is 2 ampere. So here 2 plus range of error we have calculated as plus minus 0.04. So we can calculate the range of reading as 1.96 ampere to 2.04 ampere, which is very, very important. That means if we use this emitter whose percentage of limiting error is plus minus 2%, and we are trying to calculate a circuit current through this emitter in which the actual value of current is 2 ampere, we will get the final answer in this range. That means in some case or sometime this ammeter will indicate the value of circuit current as 1.96 ampere. In some case it will indicate 1.99 ampere, or it may possible that in some case this ammeter indicate the actual value of circuit current, say 2 ampere, or in some case it will indicate the value of current as 2.01 or 2.02 or 2.03 ampere. But the thing is that if we use this ammeter to measure the current flowing through the circuit, the range, or you can say the reading of the ammeter should always be in this range, that is from 1.96 ampere to 2.04 ampere. So this is the importance of limiting error. So with the help of limiting error, we are in a position to define the range of error, and once we know the value of range of error, we are in a position to determine the range of reading.